Hello and welcome to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. My view of humanity is a whole new tea. Hello and welcome to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. My view of humanity is a whole new tea. Hello and welcome to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. My view of humanity is a whole new tea. Hello and welcome. Today I'm gonna be. Well, first, if you're new, I am the Handicapable Black Woman. I am for right now, children's book author. Gonna continue the children's books, but also getting out the novel. I've been saying this for a while, but yeah, I have a disability that was just diagnosed a few years ago. Yeah, I can now say a few years ago. It was a couple, but anyway. And so I am still like learning about it, going through a lot of physical therapy, strengthening, and getting my life together. I am learning what hobbies I can do or how I can do differently. And so there's going to be videos on that probably closer to the spring, summer, because yeah, driving life, yeah, let's just say I had to do a whole program with driving and stuff like that. But that's going to be another series. I'm going to tell you guys all about it and show you guys some of the things because a lot of people don't know about. Like, I know there's a few disability, handicap, like YouTubers on who kind of have shown, but then I see on social medias how people are still saying, how can you drive? That's not legal. How are you going to get in a car and things like that? And also, some people ask, why do you need to drive? It's like, why don't you just have things brought to your house? Why don't you just live with family and they can do whatever? And they don't understand the importance of independence, and it's our lives and we want to live it the way we want to live it. So how dare you try to tell us the proper way to live our lives? You get me? You get me. And just know my YouTube, or my basically almost, well, a lot of the producing that I do is as messy as my life because I'm still figuring it out. I'm still putting the pieces together, which change. It's like a puzzle that every day new pieces are given to me, but that at the same time, some pieces are taken away, and I'm like, what in the world? Am I gonna need some scissors to cut like some of these pieces up to fit? Yeah, that's kind of how my life feels right now. But my novel will be together. My greeting card company will be out next year, and a few other projects that I'm working on. And I try to have a new episode up almost every day. Actually, it's like I did do every day except for Christmas. And so that's like I think that's about 90 days just about. And I'm probably going to do one day that has two episodes before the new year, just so that then I can say I have enough to do like every day for the last since late August or mid August, I'll say, or whatever. But I know you don't really care about those specifics, but though when it comes to goals and trying to achieve and stuff like that, it helps motivate me in some ways. But okay, here we go. I'm going to be talking about something that has really it's really hit me like over the last couple years, but over the last several years, I've noticed, and it seems like I grew up in the church, kind of a mega church in my state, and there there was a time where it's like, yeah, I have to believe because in my house I better believe what he's saying, or my mom's gonna take me to mid service and other services and Bible school and things like that until I tell her that I believe anything and everything that my bishop and pastors say. But then as I got older, especially an adult, and especially when facing certain things pertaining to my undiagnosed disability. Like, doctors kept telling me I was lying and I was making it up and the pain was in my head. And then at the church, people kept telling me that I must not love God enough, because if they laid hands on me and I still walk the way I do, that means God, like, I don't love God, or God is punishing me for something. And so for a lot of my life, I kept wondering, what did I do to deserve this? I don't know what I've done wrong. And I think that kind of helped me learn about some of the brainwashing within the church. And I know some of the Christian communities, like, oh my gosh, you just called it brainwashing. I sure did. Especially like if you have caught on and paid attention to the alpha male stuff. And now a lot of men are really going hard into the Bible, and especially telling women where our place is. And then some of the dating sermons where men keep saying, women can wait for this, women can wait for that. You don't need to start your career, you don't need to go to college. It's like your job is in the house. But then, since our job is in the house, men don't want to pay us. But then men have no problem going and getting a younger woman to cheat on us with easily, and then leave the woman high and dry, and she has nothing on her resume when she needs to start working and taking care of herself and the children on her own. And then, like, okay, this might be a series, because now it's like I wasn't thinking I was just going to be going into the relationship portion, but at the church, we're not supposed to get divorced. And I know for me personally, it's like, yeah, I've never been married, but I've never been divorced. And I know a lot of the guys that I came across, and a lot of the men who just, either I was so bubbly that I wasn't good enough to marry. Like, yeah, I've had that a few times. Or a lot of black men who told me that I wasn't black enough, I'm too white, I'm too proper, I'm trying to be too much. And why am I wasting my time getting education? Men broke up with me, blocked me, wanted nothing to do with me. Once I started my first master's, and oh my gosh, my second master's, oh, yeah, that I'll save that story for a day, because I remember there was one guy that I matched with. I think it was on Plenty of Fish, and when he was asking what I do, I was talking about the promotional modeling, and then once I said that I was working on my second master's, ooh, ooh. But part of me just wonders, in the Bible, does it say that women are supposed to be dumb? In the Bible, does it say women are supposed to be men's motherly sex objects, sexual beings, or whatever? Because, yeah, I get that we are supposed to please them in a way, but some men take advantage of that. Some men use it as a trauma type of, for like a be obedient, or they cheat on us when we don't say yes every single time, or if we don't satisfy their hunger. And okay, yeah, that gets me on. I remember even streaming, but even talking to some guys who I was just like, nope, this isn't going to match. Okay, gentlemen, it's like, okay, you know what? Both genders is like, I remember, I think it was on SNL, but one of the comedy things, they had a contract. And I remember there was like, it was a bedroom contract of all of the things that you will and will never do, or things that are maybe, things that you will try. I think I've mentioned this like several months ago, but I really think we should do this. Like, even like once you get to the second or third date or whatever, okay, it's like, if you think things are going to go really well on that first date, have it ready then. Yes, it's homework, but it's like, if you guys can, get to the date while you're waiting for your appetizer or whatever, you can look over what the other person has on that list, because if you're all about BDSM, okay, yeah, boo, do what you want to do your thing, okay. The handcuffs, collars, and like like all that stuff or whatever, yeah, treat it like a like yeah, never, okay. I was gonna say something, but I'm like, oh, okay, I don't know if, yeah, and you might have kids in the room, but do what you do. But if the other person isn't for that, don't try to tell them that they're not woman enough or man enough, or that they're lame or square, or that they don't know what pleasure is. Because pleasure, by definition, is such a broad thing. Your pleasure does not mean their pleasure. Your pleasure doesn't mean that you are right and everyone else is wrong. Because I remember there was one guy, he's like, and I mention this because some of these men are from the church. Majority of these men are from, they'll go to church on Sunday. But then when they talk to women and a woman tells them that they don't want to be like the hand squeezing their neck until they pass out. Yeah, yeah, and yeah, and then the guy tries to say that you're not woman enough, or you're a square, you're boring, you're tired, you're good for nothing. And especially now that I'm older, you're dried up anyway, so you might as well follow my orders, or it's like you might as well take that chance, because it's like you're not going to get anything better than what I have to supply you. Yes, I've had all of this stuff told to me, and a lot of it told to me within the last year or two. And it's just like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? But it's like I can just tell while going to church and growing up, and especially with the disability and then dating and everything like that, I'm starting to realize that our church teaches one thing, but in this article is like I keep read actually I read quite a few things, but I think it rooted from this article. But now a lot of the Christian church is calling Jesus woke, liberal, progressive, weak. Thanks for listening, and just know there's a part two. It's right around the corner, probably already up. But in the messages and stuff, if you got this far, if you can leave me an emoji of what your favorite Sunday meal or breakfast, whatever, what's your favorite Sunday food? If you can put that emoji in the box or in the messages and everything. But okay, let's end this up before I start on a tangent. Well, thank you for listening to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. I am a woman, I am of color, and I am handicapable. But most importantly, I am human, you're human too. And don't let your religion just define, or be, at least don't be the cookie cutter. It's like embrace who you are, embrace the humanity that you want to see in the future, embrace how you would want to be treated as a human. Think about the virtues and the characteristics that make you love, that make you compassionate, that make you able to forgive, that allow you to be your full being. And I'm not telling anybody to leave their church now, because I mean, there are good things that I've gotten from the church, but in my opinion, there ended up being a lot of brainwashing, in my opinion. In my opinion, especially when it came to dating. I've never been married, but I've never been divorced. I wanted to have kids, but I wanted to have it with a husband. But with a, like, yeah, if you guys have been listening to my dating nightmare stories, I was never able to find someone who could accept me for me, either my bubbly side or my nerdy side or my disability or being black or being light skinned black or not being the cookie cutter African American woman they told me I was supposed to be or the business minded side. Yeah, there's so many reasons why I'm undateable. But yeah, it is what it is. I love, I am loving who I am because I had to start over. I am relearning who I am, but it's an adventure and an adventure that I have to keep reminding myself to pursue. I used to be scared to be myself because I used to be punished for being who I am. And even with the religion, even with the religion, anyways, yeah, I have so much more to talk about when it comes to the church, Christianity, and religion and trauma and things, but I will talk about that in another episode. Please like, comment, subscribe, and in the section or whatever in the messages, if you guys can give me which emoji should you give me? Okay, give me your favorite emoji, an emoji that makes you smile, one that makes you happy. And I think that's what Jesus would do. Bye.